So when you open the doors, you only have this light at the back, and those ones is only manual reading lights. So this is not working for me. Let's try to fix that. Okay, so looks like there is no plug, but you can see there's just 1, 2, 3 and 4 little clips that hooks in there, and there's no plug to unplug here. So I'm just taking my removal tool, and this side I'm prying it up, and then this should come out like so. I was hoping to modify this piece as well, but I think we're gonna blow this bulb, and then I'm gonna use this bulb as connections. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Now let's see how it goes. Okay, so I just soldered these 2 wires on. I used black because I think it might be less visible in that black there. So then use 2 thin wires, because yes, we're only pulling 0.6 amps, but if there comes a problem here, you still want the fuse to blow and not this wire to melt. So just make sure you use thick enough wire, but thin enough so it's still flexible. So this is going to go in there, and they are going to connect to the original bulb, which I'm just going to give like 30 volts just to blow it, and then I'm just going to solder onto this. Just for interest sake, this thing took 31 volts to blow. At 29 volts it was pulling 24 watts. This thing was stupid bright, but at 31 volts it blew. Yeah, that was a cool experiment. Okay, so just note those 4 clips I showed in the beginning, 2 of them actually goes into the body, so they can actually move from the air. See, there it's out of the body now. Back in. Okay, so that one can move, and then the other one, that one can move as well. So 2 of them only goes into the lining, and there's 2 that you can unclick here. So open up this little cover first. Right, there's 2 small little indents. Which side are they now? There you go. So you just put your prying tool into that indent and that indent, and you just pry it open, and then you can release there, and you can remove it. This switch is just a bit weird. It is flickering. It's like a bad connection, but the RAV4's one was also like that, so it seems like that's a Toyota thing. See when you move it. So there we go, little LED strip is in, and that's what it looks like. So it's difficult to judge the brightness, but it's much better. It's not too bright, so that's the other thing, is I measured. So at a certain distance, original versus this, the original one was 15 lux, and then that was on the seat, so 15 lux there, and then this one is 60 lux, so it's 4 times brighter. It's 7.2 watts versus now it's 2.5 watts, and you can see much more inside, and it's a 4000K, so it's not 6000. It might look very white on the video, but it's a natural light. Don't know if you can see, black is a bit shiny here, unfortunately, but yeah, much better. Maybe this can show the contrast. So These the original lights, so the incandescent ones. And let's switch this one on here. So not 6,000, just a nice natural, a bit cooler than those, but not cold. So the front lights are super easy, just those 4 little clips there, metal clips, hooks into the metal frame actually of the car. I've got this rattle here on a certain road, just here. I feel like it's just coming from here somewhere. So while I'm in here, I'm gonna feel. Aha! There is a wire that's just lying on top of the ceiling. It's not. What? There we go. Okay, so that's gonna need to be fixed. At least I know what it is. Alright, so there is a little plug. That's already a positive point. Not sure what we're gonna do here yet. But yeah, let me take this to the bench and I'll have a look at what we are gonna do here. I think we're gonna have to leave the reading light part. Not that I read in my car, or did I use a map? I mean, hello. But sometimes at night we're driving and you just need to throw a light there, get something for the kids or whatever when the wife is with. Maybe we can use one switch. The thing is, I don't want to tamper with the original wiring. I always like to do things so I can revert back to original. Okay, now we'll see what we do. Let me make a plan, and then once I'm done, I'll show you guys what we did. Okay, so I've decided to go totally non-invasive. So I'm not gonna use any of the switches. So I'm gonna keep basically these little lights as is. I'm just adding something else. So in this area here, I've added 2 of these strips, so they'll basically just sit in there, stick in there nicely through those holes. But I quickly measured original bulb on a certain distance, gave me 15 lux again. If I added these 2 in there, it was 80 lux, 80. So that's way too much. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna go, unfortunately I already cut 4, but I'm actually gonna go 1 strip aside. I think to make it easier, I might actually cut it shorter. Now, you know what, that'll fit in there nicely. Let me just see here. Yeah, no, it's nicely exposed. You'll see I made a little cut here. That's just plastic. So there's no metal behind here, trying to fit these 2 in. But I think I'm gonna go for 1 strip, otherwise it's just gonna be too bright. I like light, but too much of anything is not good. So let's go for 1 each. Then that one's gonna go through there, this one is gonna go through here. The original lights will stay as is. This will then come out, and I'll put a little connector on here so I can get power for them from the back light. So they'll just be always on with the rear light. I was thinking of being able to switch them on and off with this original switch, but I'm just thinking, why would I want to do that? Yeah, so let's just do these 2 strips and we'll see what they look like tonight. Okay, so this is what I ended up with. 2 little strips there. Not the best plug, but this is what I had lying around. And so my feed is gonna be this guy here. Oops. I think I might just add a little silicone or something here, so if there's any movement that it doesn't give me problems in a few years time. And this I'll just wrap in close cell foam so there's no rattle somewhere. So getting the wire from that side to the front really is not that easy. There's some sound deadening material here, so you can't push anything through. So what I did is the channel where the original lights power comes through, you'll see there's a channel in there, like a reinforced bar. I just pushed a little pipe in there, these reverse osmosis pipes. So pushed it in there. I took out this rubber and I fished it out here. Then I pushed it to the front. There's not a lot of leeway here, so I have to remove the ocean handle here, and then I got the pipe out of here, and then I fished it through again up until there, and hopefully when I pull this straight it'll come straight-ish through, because I already cut my wire for the length with some slack. So yeah, I hope that happens. So just check when you take out the ocean handles, they don't screw in. I don't know how it happened that we don't screw these things in anymore, but it's got this little clip. So the plastic cap that's on here, you have to take it out. It literally pulls out, so it goes in there. So yeah, you pull out this plastic cap towards you, and then you can just push the clips and you can take out the handle. So yeah, no screws, just watch out for that. Right, so it's finally done. I have to whisper because it is 1 o'clock in the morning. But let's go towards the car and look at that. Now that is what I like to see. Yes. And now you can see. Oh, this lens isn't right. In the car. Let me see if I can just dim it a little bit. I can't really see the lines, but the lens makes it so you can't really see the lines. Sorry, I think my camera's lens is a bit dirty. So let's compare quickly. I'm gonna switch off the lights at the back. Okay, let's see if I can. I'm gonna lock the exposure. So there's my normal reading lights. Can still see and still works. Let's just switch it on again. There you go. And yeah, so it actually looks a bit brighter than it really is. Like I said, I don't want it bright. In fact, this rear one, I think I'm gonna trim off 2 little sections of LEDs on both sides, because it's a bit too bright for me at the back. I think the front is spot on. So let's just close it up.